Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. And here we are back, once again, in June. June Awakening? Well, it is June. I may not be quite yet awakened. I think I was cooking up some iron that we will now turn into steel. How about 150? Let's see. Currently thoroughly watered up. We have a good amount of blood. Where was I going to be heading? I don't even remember. The Sandfly Base at Western Commons. $5,000 away. Northwest by west. No, that's not it. That is a long way to go. But it's got to be done. So we're going to fly to... Where is it? Where is it? Pinnacle Station. We'll drop off stuff at home. Our other home. We have two, you know. So I'm carrying a bunch of water and a goodly amount of blood. We'll drink a little. We could use some more blood. And we'll figure out what we're going to take with us. Nobody here. Well, we won't get any blood from them because they don't exist. So we'll figure out what we're going to take with us. I managed to, I want to say scam, but that's not accurate at all. To nab something quite valuable. Much to my surprise, someone put up a brand spanking new, very high tier sniper rifle for 1,000 Solaris. So I bought that. It does 5 times more damage than the old one, I think. Put away the spiced food. Not there. Here then. Yep. What do we want to take with us north? Well, at some point we're going to need another batch of the higher tier fabs. they all require steel and complex machinery. 40, 40, 40, 40. So we're going to need 160 steel. And what, 120 complex machinery? Well, we can take the steel. We'll take some steel with us. It's 160, I think. Can I carry 160? Barely. What else should I carry with me? Maybe a few silicone blocks? Oh, we could carry all of those. Well, we don't want all of them. Grab, say, 25? They're really light. They're light and airy. Good evening to whomever has joined me. Hey, how you doing? Anything else I need to bring? Some iron ingots as well. My iron ingotage. I guess I'm currently making all of it into steel. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, that's copper ingots. Making copper ingots? Well, that's the... No, there we go. I can't pick all that up. Of course I can't. Too much steel. Gotta be able to pick up weight inside your house. To save you a little time moving things around. Let's see, 52. And where did the iron go? Where did the iron go? Where'd the iron go? Nice. Nice. That's steel. Where did the iron go? Am I blind? Is it still in the machine? It's a little carbon ore. That's steel. What happened to the iron? God, you have to take all the steel out. Why? Pain. Steel and carbon. Carbon can go in there. Steel can go in there for now. And how much iron is that? 51. Fine, we'll take all of that stuff with us. All right, we're off. Rather badly off, what some would say, but yeah. I still need to be get used to using the omnidirectional suspensor belt instead of the automatic safe one. You can fall to your death this one. Not recommended, by the way.
Can I fly you somewhere today?
I want you to
Music
take me
to
somewhere.
my ears. Where do you want to go? The basin is a pretty big place. Most
Yeah.
folks, let's try to avoid me.
This conversation is really old. 5 clicks. It should just be one. A list of destinations. And then a confirmation. But then if you've been watching my playthrough, you know my biggest complaint about the game is the UI. It's a console-centric piece of console-centric, controller-centric awfulness on a PC with a mouse and keyboard. Alright, here we are. Bonk. I'm not a drunk driver, I swear. Second house. Dead ahead. Okay, we drop the blood we're carrying in here. So that should be about 5 liters. And we drop the water we're carrying in here. And it's almost at harvesting time. From some flowers over here, so that we're carrying some water with us in addition to what we just dumped into the cisterns. Unless I forgot to drop off all the stuff that I carried. We have upgraded just recently our collector here. You can hear gunfire going on. I got myself killed going over in that general direction earlier. Last night, I think. What's up? Water harvesting time. I'm using my magic scythe to gather water. As I just recently made the tier 3, I believe. The requirements continue to go up between tiers. everything gets a little bit more difficult, takes a little bit more work. I think my leader johns are almost entirely full. There we go. Finished it. That is a follow. Emmanuel Smith 3. Thank you very much. I have a spiel coming. Hold on. Let me get back to my home away from home. And I'll thank you properly. I'm low on fuel. Here we go. Let's see if I can remember my spiel. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed. Thank you very, very much for the follow. And good evening. Let's put away our stuff that we brought. Let's see. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Iron. And we'll drop the silicone and the steel ingots. All right, we'll keep the water we're currently carrying. No, we'll drop off some. We'll have 1 liter, John. Still full, I think. Yeah. We've got a heck of a hike ahead. Well, not a hike. We're going to be riding a vehicle, but... all the way over there. Enter the Sandfly base. Let's see. I want to make sure. I'm attempting to keep my funds in a nice liquid state so that I can always get around even if I get murdered. Yeah, we've got 3,200 here. I want to keep a working fund in every place. What's the game like? It is a survival type game, for sure. But it has real story. It has pretty much standard kind of... we're low on fuel. A lot of the standard survival and crafting elements that you would expect. For sure. That's sort of the baseline. There we go. You know, you've got deep crafting. This is the weapons. Research for different tiers of items. I'm transitioning from steel to aluminum. 6 tiers, different categories of stuff. Housing is a very well fleshed out system. The end game, the end game is in a lot of ways is a PvP system, but most of that PvP that occurs is vehicle PvP, and it takes place in the deep desert, which is a very different environment. This is all PvE area. This is the Haga Basin map. It's quite extensive. Let's see. If I can't harvest some more water real fast before the sun rises. We didn't get a lot. But a little is more than none. You know, so there's ranged combat with guns and whatnot, but because of shields, a lot of the combat has to be done in melee fashion. So it is, I think, quite, I don't want to say true to Dune, but it is respectful of the stuff that happens in Dune. It is a good, healthy representation. I don't think they've done anything disrespectful. I mean, you have to make some allowances, just like Lord of the Rings Online had to make allowances for being a game. They have to do that here too. But generally, I think they've done a very good job. So, I mean, the game is extensive and is, I think, well done. And generally, the consensus is that it is well done because it has very positive reviews on Steam. Now, like anything else, Steam reviews aren't the be-all and end-all. But it is indicative, I think, of a pretty solid game. Whoops. Bad people. I'm currently working on a quest, so I'm trying to avoid any unnecessary combat. The quest I'm currently on is a quest for one of the professions in the game. You have to choose basically a starting class. There are 4. Swordmaster, Bene Gesserit, Trooper, and Mentat. And this character is a Swordmaster. And I'm working on a quest that will open up additional sword mastery skills. Now, so there is a healthy PvE element. The end game is largely, but not exclusively, PvP. And I have a long ways to go to get there, even though I already have 100 hours in the game. Lag spike. Now, one of the things you've got to do is, up at the top, you can see there's a sun gauge. You spend too long out in the sun, you get sunstroke. The amount of water you have is reduced. And eventually you can even take damage and die from the sun. So sun and water are very, very real elements in this game. Food, not anywhere near as much. But realistically, you couldn't have a Dune survival game where water wasn't a significant mechanic. So generally, I would be using the sand bike to get around, but because I don't know the terrain very well here, I think in this particular case, I'm probably making better time going over the rocks than trying to find my way through on in a sand bike. I do not have an ornithopter. I haven't yet got to the point where I can make one. We have a man. Got him. Did he have any friends? Is the question. He did. Any more? Doesn't look like it. Okay. And now, I'm taking his blood, which we will later purify into water. No, it's not exclusively. I mean, certainly that is a significant component, is here's an open world, do whatever you want. But there is a full ongoing storyline. And the storyline will be expanded as the game matures. I've already said that there'll be new PvE content and story content in the first 3 DLCs. So it is a big sandbox game, and there have been ongoing discussions as to whether it's an MMO or not. In my mind, it's mostly an MMO, but some people are very specific about what is and isn't an MMO. I've become more flexible about that discussion as the years have gone by. I like to keep healed at all times because sometimes the damage spikes can be very punishing. Again, this is another NPC base. Which can be filled with a lot of crafting components and whatnot. But I have a quest. The little blue marker at the top of the compass is where I'm going. I'm 850 meters from it. This is a crafting material, but it's not one I can use yet. I can harvest it, but I can't use it. Ugh. Now this is a very much just a very rocky area filled with dead ends and crags and stuff. This whole area is the shield wall. This area is where you spend most of the early to mid game. A lot more flat, a lot more worm. Let me take a sec. Drink a little. "400 meters and up. They're above. It's the Sandfly base. Oh, looks like I've got enough usable space that I can get back on my bike. I want to make sure that I'm not driving past any unfriendlies, as they will open up and shoot at me. Don't know why. I'm a really nice guy. Expect them any details. Hey, thank you for listening. I enjoy talking about games that I enjoy. We are almost at the Sandflies. Yeah, I have been enjoying the game a lot. And a couple of my friends who are playing it have described themselves as being surprised how much they enjoy it. I did play the beta and enjoyed that, so I figured I would. It's not without its frustrations and things I don't like, because no game is. Whoop. All right, that is where I need to be. I am going to swap out of my... Let me go ahead and drink out of my still suit. And swap into my armor. Western Comms. Enter the Sandfly base at Western Comms. That's a level 66. All right, somebody saw me and didn't like me. I didn't see them, so I would like to scope out the area. Oh, he's still shooting at me. It's okay, I can shoot back at him. Damn it. Come on. Got him. Anyone else lollygagging about? Got him. That guy's shielded, so my bullets wouldn't hit him. Wouldn't affect him. Two of them. One of your friends are thinking about buying it? Well, I mean, I wouldn't take one person's opinion. I would check a couple of the other people. I've been watching Shroud playing it, if you're familiar with Shroud, and he's been enjoying the hell out of it. Killed them. Come on, minigunners. Oh, that guy's a flamethrower dude. My first time I've seen the flamethrower dudes. I'm willing to take a little time here and see if I can't. Sadly, I do not appear to be landing any hits on these guys. Oh, somebody's shooting at me. Yeah, where was the sniper? Come on. I know he's there. I know they were there. I have not fought any of the flamethrower guys previously, so I'm a little uneasy about facing off with them. Come on, flame me. When they fire their flamethrower, their shield comes down. Come on. Come on. Be a pal. Come on, fire, fire. Thank you. Got him. Your turn now. Come on. Just a little bit of fire. You know you wanna. Come on. Alright, well maybe he doesn't wanna. Yeah, the shields make you very, very difficult to penetrate.
Where's my backup?
Oh, I yanked that shot off. Got him. Let me heal up. Now the same holds true for me. I have a shield, but if I shoot, the shield goes down for a second. That's why they could do some damage to me. Is that a dude? It is. It was. The sniper rifle I have is a much higher level than these guys. For me. I bought it on the auction house. Oh, he's dead. Where is what I'm looking for? It's upstairs. Normally I would be draining these guys of their blood, but right now things are a little bit too hot, shall we say.
Your water is mine. Fire in the hole.
Come on, where are you? Heal up again. I am very cautious in combat. I am not especially good at the combat. So, unsurprisingly, I'm quite careful. What? Can I try that again? What I'm looking for is below me and 7 meters away. Should be right down here. We know we want that. cheater.
They're coming.
Damn it, they're tough.
Shields on.
Why won't they die? Finally! Jeez! That was the most times I have ever done a slow attack to kill a guy. What was it, 6 or 8? I will drink water. I think we got everything we need. Yes, return Sauron's sword hilt to him. Oh. I earned it. I'm going to take their blood. Thank you. It was okay. It's the first time I've run into, and that was basically a boss mob. Regular ones aren't anywhere near that tough to kill. The mini gunners are the worst, although that's the first time I have run into the flamethrowers. I'm not fond of them, gotta say, not a fan.
I see someone. Huh? Identify yourself.
Can't catch me! I'm the gingerbread man! Okay, now hopefully, when I get back to this guy, he will train me. He is in Arakeen, I think. Going to sleep nearly 3 a.m. Yeah. I would say 3 a.m. is a fine time to go to sleep. Right? I've spent years going to bed at 4 a.m. and waking up at noon. It was glorious. I loved it. Sleep well. I will now swap back into my stealth suit. And we need more water. Here we are. I'm thoroughly hydrated again. Let's go ahead and drop our trike. They call it a sand bike, but it's not a bike. It's a trike. It clearly has 3 treads. I hear lots of shooting going on. Oops. Not a fan. Gotta say, all these missions and stuff. It is currently 5:28 p.m. Thank you. Have a great night. Good sleep, pleasant dreams, all that stuff. What time is it in game? Oh, it's dew time. I can gather some more dew from these plants. There are a couple of a short period of time where you can gather dew from plants. Just grab a bunch of water from them. I think we got almost all of it here. There we go. Got more over there. A little bit. So basically anytime I'm anywhere and there's dew on the plants, I want to be harvesting it. As it's water for basically very little effort at all. All right. And we got another batch here. We'll see if we... Yeah, we have filled up our liter jars. We were almost empty before. That's 3.5 liters of water I now have that I'm carrying. Let's see. We need to go there. Trying to figure out best path. And in this area, that's really not easy. This way. So it's faster, obviously, on the vehicle, but a lot of times it's safer to choose the cross-country route. Shai Halud grant me safe passage. That would be nice. I actually summoned him earlier today. I had one of the journey quests was to make a thumper and plant it. And so I did just a little bit outside of my house. And about a minute and a half it took him to show up. You were ate by him? I still haven't been eaten by him. I know my time is coming. And it'll probably come at a time that I least want. Where I have the most stuff. And it will make me unhappy. And I'll blame you. Because obviously it can't be my fault. I'm the streamer. Huh. Well, catch our breath. I was doing so well till someone summoned him. Yeah, well, most of the time when I've had close calls, it was me summoning him. Doing something. Now, certainly in this particular case, I obviously summoned him because I laid down the thumper, but the thumper would have been obvious to anyone because it makes a sound you can't miss. Lost your still suit, so you're working to get it back? Yeah, I have been keeping... I've been keeping like one tier back of my gear. You know, so I make a new still suit, I keep the old one and then salvage the previous one to that. So that when I finally do get eaten, I've got stuff waiting for me. Won't be great, but at least it'll tide me over until I can remake my entire kit. Going to a spice blow when it was summoned, you definitely got to be careful around spice blows, that's for sure. Well, I'm close enough to home now that I can go ahead and grab some more aluminum. Because home is relatively close. So I think I have to go back to Arakeen to talk to the Sword Master and hopefully open up the second tier of Sword Master skills. Where are we? Get your motor running. Uh-oh. That's NPC. Gotta be careful and get past them in a hurry. Player housing. Pay witch taxes. In-game, I hope. Well, I've got two houses now, and they were, the last time I paid was 4,000 each. Gotta say, Emperor's asking for an awful lot. This is my second house. This is my summer house, you know. All right, we got a little more blood. And we can deposit the water. So that we can make more stuff. I will drink from my still suit. Lens flavored water. Aluminum ingots. We don't have much. We make 10? We've got copper ingots. We'll make the 10 we can make. What about steel? Didn't bring any carbon with me. That's an issue. But we've got copper. This was my steel here. I was using a sniper rifle that had like 58 damage, and I looked at the exchange, and this was up for 1,000 Solaris. And so I went from 58 damage to 262 damage. I don't have the body still yet. I need to finish the 8th chapter of the test, the 7 tests of Akal. So I don't have the still to turn it into water. Makes me sad. Did I swap that? I did not swap that. Construction tool. Bloop. Water cisterns. Yes, please. I need to rotate that. They all have to look the same, you know. Won't do to have things looking different or not lined up correctly. That's just... Who does that? There we go. So we're currently half full in the circuit. The circuit is the cisterns and the blood cleaner. We have a total of 26,000 storage. About half that currently in place. My understanding is that the bodies are easy to come by. You just want to drain them of blood, and then you drop one into one of the death stills. And they take an hour, I think, to process, but give out like 12,000 milliliters, something like that. And there are a couple of tiers of them. Copper ingots, no matching items. Gun parts and blade parts, no matching items. That's our steel and silicone. We'll bring these back with us. Light caliber compressors, heavy caliber compressors. I haven't had those before. A little bit of aluminum ore. I have a sneeze coming. It's lurking. That is a medium. We'll drop the small in there. That is a quest item. We'll bring that with us. And we'll bring the aluminum ingots back with us. How much cash do I currently have? Not quite enough to make the trip to Arkeen. $200? Yeah, 200. Really, the cost to fly to Arakeen or Harko Village is unnecessarily punitive. 2,500 is a lot of money. On that matter, 700 to go from place to place is kind of expensive. And then once you get the ornithopter, you don't have to worry about it. But before then, it becomes costly. But I really want to unlock that second category for the Blade Master to open up the second tiers of these things. One more. Almost there. Is there anything else we want to take back with us? I was looking at building fabs here. What do I need? Complex machinery. That's why I brought 160 steel. I will need 120 complex machinery to make all of the high tier or higher tier fabs here. Basically, I am duplicating the stuff I have in my other home. Also, making a second... I can't make that here. Making a second buggy wouldn't be a bad idea. See if I can get a little more blood. I know, it's a little dark, but hey. Cruel world, man. No, I don't see anybody over there just waiting to catch a sniper round, so... Put the construction tool back in place. I wanted to see if there was anything else I should be taking with me. Copper. Carbon, granite. Aluminum ore. Erythrite. No, I think that's everything we want to take with us. All right, no water, no blood. Actually, one thing I want to check first. Pardon me, I'm going to take a moment because I don't want to screw this up, because 2,500 is actually a significant chunk of change. Let me check on something real quick. Yeah. Let's see. Lance Trooper, she's in Arkeen. And a Gesserit Swordmaster. He's in Harko. Okay, Saren is in Harko. We do not... I was going to go to the wrong place and then be angry. And blame you guys. Remember, I'm a streamer. I don't make mistakes. I'm racing against the sun, sort of. It's a mere 55 degrees outside. That is 131, I believe. The initial Swordmaster trainer is I think in one of the trade posts. I think this one. I'll check. This is the advanced trainer, and he's in Harko. Harko Village. I think this is the Swordmaster trainer.
You have returned, Offwelder.
Yes, he is. This is the basic Swordmaster trainer. And he is in Pinnacle Trade Post, which is in the western edge, well, basically between Jabal Afrit Al Garb and the eastern shield wall. He is due north of the Atreides Helios Gate base. And I don't know what quests he would require to unlock. I've unlocked, I think, everything but Bene Gesserit on this character. The first tier. I think I've unlocked just the first tier of anything so far. We do have the cash. We do have the cash, barely.
Can I fly you somewhere today?
I want you to fly me
Music
somewhere.
to my ears.
Harco Village.
Well, the Harkonnens love their docking fees.
They
so
love their
that's
docking
gonna cost-
fees.
Oh, all right.
That's something they need to fix. If you talk to them, they show you that you have money and bank money, but they don't let you choose to pay. And if you don't have the cash on you, they won't let you fly. They don't take the bank money. They show it to you, but they won't let you use it. Pardon the yawn. Been such a rough day, you know. Exhausting. Harco Village. I'm an Atreides, but because the laws of Canley are in place, I can come here. And the same is true with the reverse. If I was Harkonnen, I could come to Arrakeen. But not all vendors will talk to me. Alright, the Swordmaster is back here. What's the other quest? I have two quests here. Don't know which one this is.
The House Harkonnen possesses the strength and foresight to safeguard our prosperity. Obey without question, for doubt is the path to destruction.
Wait. I'll wait in a second. I have no idea what I'm waiting for. The other one's over here. The Blind Swordmaster.
Oh, we meet again. The rhyme of your stride betrays you.
Regarding my task, I've recovered your hilt.
Place it in my hand. Yes. Even without eyes, my hands know this hilt. Its familiar heft is as comforting as an old friend. You have my gratitude.
The one who set this all in motion is still out there.
And?
You already know. That's why you weren't interested in finding out who.
Damn you, you are perceptive.
I am perceptive.
You have the right of it. I already know who set this in motion. You look upon a broken man, living in the refuse of his ideals and former glory, kept alive by an enemy who respects him too much to let him die.
Who did this to you? What's the story, Morning Glory?
Forgive me if my trust in humanity is shattered. Let the story alone. Let's keep this simple. You've earned some training. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Then let us begin. Let the blade fill your hand. Let the blade become your hand. Be mindful of your breathing and listen carefully to my words. Remarkable. There are fighters who possess natural talent, but you are beyond that.
I know.
Your muscle memory is that of someone far more experienced.
Well, what can I say? Farewell. Oh, Solare, yay, it paid for itself. I don't suppose he'll give me the next tier. Oh, another level, 67.
Oh, we meet again. The rhyme of your stride betrays you.
Sharon, the one who's after you, is the same person who maimed you, yes?
No, you're more relentless than a desert bat lapping up a dead man's tears.
No average enemy could do this to a swordmaster.
You're not wrong. Yes, the one who's after me and the one who made me like this are one and the same. He is the most dangerous man I know.
What are you going to do about this?
I had no aspirations but to wallow in defeat. When you placed the sword hilt in my hand, something awakened.
Dune
Something
awakened.
that won't let old wrongs lie. Let it lie. If you really want to help me, you can help me get a new pair of eyes.
Tlilaxu eyes?
Artificial eyes, created by the frightful arts of the Tlilaxu.
Tlilaxu. See, I say Tlilaxu, but they say Tlilaxu. I think it's Tli. Tlilaxu mechanical eyes are a wonder, but you should be cautious.
What makes you say that?
Their technology is an amazing improvement over biological eyes.
Does that not make them more desirable for my purpose?
It begs the question, why don't more Tlilaxu wear them by choice?
Ah, I see.
No, you don't. You don't have eyes. Control someone's perceptions, and you control their reality.
To be honest, I too have heard apocryphal tales of Tlilaxu eyes enslaving the user. Is such a marriage of metal and flesh a sin? And yet, there is nothing else for me. No purpose but retribution. The eyes can make that happen, whatever terrible cost they bring. The desire for revenge eclipses my hesitation. The time is now. I need your help.
Why me? So that I can teach you tier 3 stuff. Sounds fair.
I am being watched. You can move about unobserved. I need you to seek out a black market trader by the name of Anushka Hanivar.
Hanavars.
When you
in
meet her,
Arakeen.
order a Karana brandy with a Sidrit twist. Order that drink precisely. It's important. Ask her about the eyes.
I'll do what I can.
Off you go then.
Okay, so, now before we wait here, let's see what we can spend some of our hard-earned skill points on. Well, we definitely want the next tier of knee charge, as it's quite good. Let's see, this is additional stamina when well hydrated. Recover more health immediately when using heal kits. Disciplined breathing. Stamina recovery rate. That's going to cost 3 points. Desert conditioning. Dehydrated stamina limit. General conditioning. Max stamina. 3. Oh no, 3 skill points. That's so painful. But stamina is vital, so. Blade damage. Another 3 points. Let's see, I currently have Battle Hardened and Reckless Lunge. Reckless Lunge. That one's worth the 3 skill points. I have the Storm, another 3. Alright. That one probably too. Oh, so many. It's painful. It's painful spending those points. Alright, we're gonna wait here. I don't know what for. I don't know what quest this is. Wow, I have to wait for like 5 seconds. What the hell is this? Kara's smuggler contact is nowhere to be seen. Regaining control. Problem is that the quests oftentimes don't match what you're looking for. I think this was Kara? Yes. Ask about the black market. Ask the black market trader about the missing smuggler. Where is that? Is that in here? Anywhere? 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 Maybe 109 meters away. We've got another quest thing.
Unity strengthens our resolve and fortifies our allegiance.
Welcome back.
I'd like a Kirana brandy with a Sidrit twist.
That's a special drink. Fresh cedric juice is hard to come by on Arrakis.
I'll have a spiced beer.
Was there anything else with that?
I'd like some prosthetic eyes on the side.
Ah, a rare and discerning garnish to be sure. What you want are some Tlilaxu eyes.
So you can help
Afraid
me?
not. Tlilaxu eyes are hard to come by on Arrakis. The houses like to monopolize them for their officers.
Saren Varlin needs them desperately.
You're raiding Saren? You didn't hear it from me. But there's a Tlilaxu over at this trading post. Spooky bunch if you ask me. So don't ask me.
Bye. Looked like she had another thing that I could
Welcome back.
talk to her about. Like a Kirana brandy
That's a
with a Sidrit
special
twist.
drink. Was there anything else?
I'm looking
with
for a
that?
smuggler called Tuco. Seen him
You're
around.
the second one looking for Tuco in the past week.
What'd you tell them?
Same thing I'm gonna tell you. Most of my clientele don't want to be found. And I don't ever ask.
Sergeant Volk said you'd help.
Kara sent you, huh? I warned her about dealing with Tuco. He's as greasy as it gets.
I'm pretty greasy
Tuco
too.
must have finally ripped off the wrong mark. And they want him dead. It's actually surprising it took this long.
I need to find him before that happens.
Tuco's a slippery bastard. Won't be easy if he doesn't want to be found. See that room at the back? Normally, I would advise anyone and everyone to stay the hell out of there if they like the skin on their bodies.
What's in the back room?
It's a Samut lounge. The smugglers use it to coordinate their Harko operations.
Does the beast permit that?
He doesn't have a choice if he
Raban.
wants to avoid pissing off Fenring any more than he already has.
Why are you sending me in there? What about Rule 3?
The smugglers keep a ledger in there to coordinate dead drops. Tuco's in that book somewhere. If you want to find him, you need to walk into that back room like you belong there and check the book for yourself. It's written in code, of course, but if you can look it over and report back, I may be able to figure out where Tuco is holed up.
I'll give that a try. Glance at the dead drop ledger. Hopefully the dead drop ledger doesn't make me drop dead. You spot the smuggler's call sign among a jumble of encoded coordinates. I will return to Anushka, Hanover. 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 Hi, Anushka.
Welcome back. That's a special drink. Was there anything else with
Here's
that?
the code. Does this mean anything to you?
Well, this is just an informed guess, but I'm pretty sure that code refers to a dead drop on top of one of the rock spires in Jabal Ifrit.
That's where I'll start my search. Thank you, Anushka. I'm assuming we have no more quest little indicators on our compass. Correct. Oh, look at that. I'm wealthy. I'm rich. I'm neither wealthy nor rich. But at least it covered my expenses. There's a trip. pop out, fly back to Anvil Station. I really gotta get myself an ornithopter.
Can I fly you somewhere today? Music to my ears. The basin is a pretty big place. I never miss the chance. Let's move.
And we're flying again. If you have a lot of friends, you might want to create a guild. Well, I don't have a lot of friends, but we did create a guild. Pardon the yawn. Old man. Old man, look at my life. Old guy music reference. Honey, I'm home. I managed to not run that guy over. So proud of me. There was just a guy running. Another player. And I chose to avoid him. I don't know. I know they made it so that getting stomped by an ornithopter no longer damages a player. There were people who were doing that in the deep desert. They would just take their ornithopter and just slam down on people and kill them. With no damage to their ornithopter. Okay. We have our first compressors. Light and heavy caliber. Oh, that was you? You're welcome. Well, then I'm especially glad, aren't I? Although, if I'd known, I might have hit you just to teach you a lesson. I'm not sure what the lesson would have been, but, you know, a lesson. Let's see how the state of our water is. All right, we got no blood. Our water farm is almost entirely full, so let's fill up our leader Johns. Excuse me, man. All right, one thing I need is I need more no, actually, I don't need the water right now. We'll keep 1 liter John full. I need more complex machinery. So I have a particular place I go when I need more of that. But if I can get a little blood on the way, you know, I'm not averse to that.
What?
Come on, pop up. You know you want to. Maybe he didn't really want to. And where's the other one? Where'd I drop the other one? Huh. Oh, there she is. There's like 30 to 35 complex machinery. And 4 or 5 mobs is all you have to take out. Now there are a couple places here in the southwest that have the same name. They both appear on the map, but you want the most westerly of the two. Back here, you can see that little archway. It's that facility in there. Oh, wrong button. Back out with you. I'm pretty sure there's somebody else there, but they're too smart to poke their head out. Grab the ID band. Drain their blood. Get back out my pistol. Pistol does, I think, 56 damage a pop. Which a headshot is probably enough to kill these guys if they're not shielded. Sandstorms work the same way as thumpers. No. Sandstorms will completely kill you, though. They will kill you and take all your stuff. They destroy everything just like the worm does.
I've got to stop.
I think I interrupted her. I think she was saying something about that she's got me now. Oh, drum sand. Yes, drum sand is similar to a thumper in that it does increase the odds of a worm popping up in a hurry. So yeah. Sorry, yeah, the drum sand. 15 complex machinery. The other 3 goodie boxes are down below. One of them, I think, only has batteries. This one usually. Yeah. Fuel cells. Sorry. So we got what, 32 or 33? 36 complex machinery for that. So drum sand is bad and quicksand is bad. So what we have? 3 dudes. But that's a quick and easy 35 or so complex machinery. And the location is here. There's the Southeast Ironworks and the Southeast Ironworks, the western one. This one has a lot more mobs. This one's really fast and easy. Woo. First time you saw the Ironworks, thought it was a player base? Yeah, there are a number of things that I have mistaken for player bases. Often getting myself in significant trouble. Do not recommend. Wheels to a halt. Honey, I'm home. How much complex machinery do we have? 55. That's enough to make one of the fabs. No. No. Really? I have no iron ingots anywhere? That seems unlikely. Let's make sure that we've got a lot of power in our generators. We've got 6 of them. Should all 91. So we've got 6 of them, 45 each. $206. Wait. What did I just do? Did I do that backwards? No. Okay, we're okay. These all have about 140. This one's got more than it needs. We'll pop 100 of those out and put those back into storage. So 140 hours each. That's 5.5 days. Time to get high in spice. Are you snorting spice again? I swear, we can't take you anywhere. Compressors in there. More granite than we could possibly ever need. Got a couple more spiced foods. You got bored? Well, yeah, I mean, we all do that from time to time, you know? This is my porch. Used to actually be part of my house. Until suddenly I didn't have a wall anymore. I logged in and a wall of my house was missing on all 3 floors. It had recalculated the edge of the subfief and had decided those walls were no longer within the subfief and deleted them. So it took me about an hour and a half. First thing I did was seal up the walls in case there was a storm that wouldn't destroy everything. And then hurriedly rebuild. It's why my place kind of looks ad hoc, where you've got, oh look, one floor, different floor, still different floor. It was kind of just makeshift, putting it together as quick as I could. I was a little angry about it. Not gonna fib. Definitely a rush job. I mean, the original wasn't, amazing anyway. I am curious, how close am I to being able to make a second buggy if I wanted to? Wait, what did we unlock? 3, right. That needs more cobalt paste, I think, was what we needed for that. Now, that's the sand bike. The buggy. If I wanted to make the buggy, we need more particle capacitors. Lots of them. Don't need servox. Well, let's see. Buggy. We would need the storage. We've got servox and steel. 9 cobalt. We'd also need the cut array. We need particle caps for that. We need 13. $33, 63. We'd need 63 particle capacitors. And probably some more cobalt paste, too. To make a second buggy. I could make one more cobalt paste. I'm sure that would fix everything. Low-grade lubricant. I'm not going to say anything. much blood am I currently? I've got one of my 2 medium blood sacks full. Have they respawned over there so I can kill them again? Probably not. But we'll give it a go anyway. The staff you're using in the second trial help me to farm sand or spice? Yes. You can make the compactor. The animation is the same and the function is the same. You shoot it at the ground and it gathers the stuff together, and it's much more efficient way of farming. Flour, sand, or spice, either one. Does she have a friend this time? Nope, just her this time. Juicy. Let's just gather up some water. Just by swinging our hand around. So by hand it would be like 1x. With this stuff you get 10x or more. And much faster. So yeah, you can get, instead of, running away with 20 or 30, you want to run away with like a couple of hundred by the time Shia-Lud shows up. It's the pistol. The pistol hits almost as hard as the sniper rifle. It does like 56. The spit dart is the first sniper rifle, and this is the pistol of a snub nose. It's called the snub nose. It holds 7 rounds. I'll show you the numbers in a sec. If you can land a headshot with it at these tiers, it is usually a kill shot. See, I want to grab more water while I can. Then because the sweet spot for harvesting is pretty small. So the snub nose here is doing 52.8. The old sniper rifle was doing like 56 or 58. It has a 7-shot clip. And it hits very hard. Now, it's not fair to compare it. I bought this on the auction house, the exchange, for 1,000 Solaris. You'll note the damage. The previous one was like 56. This does 262. So, that's not a fair comparison. I got lucky to buy it on the auction house. It was unused. It wasn't the recipe. It was the gun. Someone made the gun and put it up for sale. It's the first thing I've bought on the market. I was just happened to be in Arakeen and wanted to browse. There was look, there's a knife that's doing twice as much damage as mine, but I don't think I want to spend 30,000. How about the sniper rifle? Oh, this one does five times more damage and costs 1,000 Solaris? Yes. Generally, I just don't think the game has enough players per server to have a good marketplace. I think they're going to have to make some fundamental changes to make the markets function. Because basically you've got, not be healthy, but that is you? Yeah. To have a healthy market, you need a lot of supply and demand. And there just aren't enough people. My understanding, if my numbers are right, it's 60 people per siege and 25 sieges per server. That's 1,500 people. It's hard to make a functioning market out of 1,500 people. Bring them all in one market. That might be too much, but I think they may have to make it regional so that all of the Pacific servers are on one. All of the Midwest servers are on one. All of the East are maybe broken up into 2 or 3 to get enough people to make a healthy market. That's what you meant? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't... all of them would probably be too many because, they have, 120,000 people probably playing right now? Something like that? 100,000? I'm curious now. Let's find out. Right now, it is 121,000, so... that might not be a healthy market either. That might be so big that only a very small number of people can actually make any money. That may be too large, but, 1,500 of which maybe 600 are on right now on our server, 600 or 800 at the most. But in-game markets are always very, very difficult nut to crack. Let's drop some more money off here. The only games I've ever seen that had healthy player-run economies, there's only 2 of them I've ever played. EVE Online, where when ships get destroyed, most of their equipment blows up and is destroyed. And Star Wars Galaxies, where they have item decay over time. This game also has item decay, so I think it could. Item decay you have to have, otherwise you buy your best item, your sword or lightsaber or whatever, and you never have to worry about it again if there's no decay over time. I know players hate item decay. I find it annoying too, but it's the only way. You have to have drains. You can't just have faucets in your game. You have to have drains for money to go out. And the way you do that is by, over time, destroying items. So in this case, if Shai Halud or a storm gets you, you have to get all new stuff. Over time, you have to get new stuff. Open the door! Open the door! I hate it when my house locks me out. Six. Fine, we'll make 6. So I need diamondine dust to make the next tier of knife. Excuse me. I also need some plasteel microflora fibers, but I can get those. Here's the spit dart that I had. So you can see that was doing 57. And I'm now doing 260 something. For 1,000 Solaris, I can't imagine a better deal. God, I'm sorry. I got a tickle in my throat still. Sorry, that's really annoying. So the next tier of armor stuff I want, I need sand trout leathers. So I've got to find those somewhere. There are a number of things I need to track down. I'm going to need more silicone blocks. Well, if I need silicone blocks, I can get those right now. Get some of them at least. Since you asked about it, here's the static compactor. Let's see if I can avoid getting myself eaten. Just found a hidden chest in that second trial. There are a few. If the second trial is the one at the hammer, there are 2 hidden chests. There's also one all the way at the very top. I can't remember if that's the second trial or not.
Who's there? Identify yourself.
You coming, dude? Sit down. I didn't come looking for them this time. They came at me first. I was defending myself this time, for real. I'm full on blood bags. I'm overheating. Just Mark II blood, yeah. Each tier is better than the previous, and that's true for the blood cleaning machines as well. If you put a liter into the first blood cleaner machine, you get 20% back. You get 40% back with the second tier. Basically, every tier of equipment does more and is more efficient. Yep, 40. All right, so this is flour sand, right? And I shoot it and then pick it up. That was 45 each. And now I'm going to get out of the sun. That's the difference between kneeling down and picking up a couple. But you got to be careful. It gets Shai-Hulud's attention faster. And there's a higher tier of that, which undoubtedly is even more efficient. Sometimes I just like to run. And sometimes I like to fly. So yeah, that was what, 180? Real fast? Yeah, so now I can make 41. So basically 40 silicon blocks worth in 4 chutes of the compactor. In short, very good. Wrong button. Right button. I keep picking up light darts. Don't need them. I have 1,000. I'm not even using them anymore. As of right now, I think this uses heavies. Yeah, both of the guns I currently have use heavy darts, and I'm carrying around 1,000 light. I made the still tent and the thumper earlier today for XP purposes. Locate Tuco's stash in Jabal Afrit. Where is that exactly? Let's see. That should be that, which is almost straight northwest. That's Tuco's stash. On top of that, oh, and look, it's completely surrounded by quicksand. I wish I had an ornithopter. I think I've got everything done. No? Yeah. Most of the quests I have now are up in this area. The Tlilaxu Traders. That is in the trading station. Huh. Well, I can take care of that one pretty quick. But I think I'm going to call it an evening here. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. As always, I am very appreciative. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand, with more Dune. I am awakening and really enjoying the game still. And nothing else is pressing on my gaming nerves saying, play me, play me, play me. So for now, I'll keep at this. So, that's my plan. Back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great rest of your day, evening, morning. Choose one. I'm back tomorrow. So, take care, and ciao for now.